Everybody. I wanted to show you a little bit about our newly approved website that we're allowed to use. It's called goformative.com, and when you log into it, it just says formative on the side versus goformative. You would originally sign up. I'm going to log in because I already have an account. I'm going to log in with my Google account. When you originally sign up, it will ask you what school, and you type in your name of your school and a nickname for the students to see. So once you're inside, you're going to come to basically your teacher page. And there's two ways you can get formatives. One is to make one and one is to find one. So first let's look to see if we can find one, and then we will make one. So the first thing I'm going to do is see if there's any that are ready for us, and there's one for Dodia second grade. I can scan it here. This looks like something that I would want to do with my students, so I'm going to hit the plus sign and add it to my little formative class. So now if you notice, it is right here. And now I can play with it a little bit. I can add pictures or edit it. So once if I'm happy with what it is, I can assign it to my students. If you are not running Google Classroom, you hit guest students and hit assign. And what it's going to show you is the code. So you have goformative.com/join, and then the students would just type in these 3-letter codes. So you would give them those two things and they would be able to do the work. Another way you can do it is if you have a Google Classroom, you can actually assign it to the classroom. But it is not set up for that because I don't have Google Classroom. Another thing you can do is create your own assessment. So we're going to go over to New Formative. When you go into New Formative, you get to add a title, of course, and then all you have to do is hit the plus sign to make a question. The ones that are dark blue are the ones we can use. So we have essay, multiple choice, multi-select, short answer, show your work, or true or false. So the first one I'm going to do is a multiple choice. The first thing I'm going to say is about how much crayfish. But there's no crayfish. So what do? We get an image of a crayfish. And I have pre-cut out some images so that way I'm ready to go for this. Go inside my pictures. I'll look for the picture of the crayfish. And my image. So now we have about how much does a crayfish weigh. And some crayfish. And say 15 grams. 17 grams. 5 grams. And 30 grams. And then once you've typed in all of your selections, you can keep going. I keep it to the standard of 4. I'm going to select the correct answer. Now I'm done with my first question. I want to do another question, so I hit the plus sign again. One of my favorite things about GoFormative that's very different from the other ones is the show your work. Show your work is where students actually get to edit the question on here. So I'm going to show you with a bucket question that I've already pre-populated in here, so I didn't have to type it in. So we're going to go into a word problem. So I have a word problem where they have to use math to figure out how much water is in the bucket. And if you want to see what I did right there, I just hit edit background. And inside my background, I'm going to add a picture of a bucket. So that way they can actually fill it up. So when kids actually get to do this test, they can color in my bucket. So I have my problem and I have the bucket to turn in. And the one other item that I'm going to show you today is a short answer. Again, I have a pre-printed image and problem on here, so you don't have to watch me write the problem. I'm going to add the image to the file. And now I'm going to add the correct answer. So I want the answer to be 350. The other answer, what if they put 360? I would take that as well. I could also take 350 grams if they were 360 grams. So I'm writing all different types of answers that I would accept as the correct answer. So now I have my 3 items that I wanted to have students do. I'm going to assign it. So here's my practice class. I'm assigning it. Okay. So that's kind of how it looks. When I go back, I can view how a student's going to look at it. So they can do that. They're going to click their work. They're going to color in. And notice it shows it right there. They can see the problem bigger and they would be able to type right in the box. So that's what it would look like for a student. So I think I'm happy with it. And it's ready to go. So if I want to share it with other teachers, so now I have my assessment right here, except, you know what, it's grade 3, not grade 2. Here's my assessment right here, and I'm going to go down to publish. So we're going to, we don't need to bundle it, we can bundle it, and it puts it in a file for everybody. This is just a classwork or an exit slip. It does have to be on public. You do have to select a grade and a subject and hit publish. So now anybody can see what the work is if they look for it. You could always unpublish it. So if you decide that you no longer want to share it with the world, you can just unpublish it. So I'm going to log out of this account and kind of show you what it looks like once somebody logs in. So I have a second account just to model what it would look like once you have student work. So if I had student work here, I had one little student take my work and I want to hit view responses. If I notice here, my guest student, there was one of them. And here's what they actually drew on the square. That's question 1. Question 2, this is what they typed. And question 3, this is what they did. So I can see a grade, or I can see what they did. Now, how did they get that grade? Because the computer can't score this. I clicked on the item of the student, and I actually can assign them a grade. So I could give them partial credit all the way up to their full point. I can also type feedback for the students if they log into their account. All right, well, thank you. I hope that's helpful. Bye.